Hey, and welcome back. Today's not probably going to be the most exciting. I know it's not for him. He hates this stuff.
We're just doing little seeds.
Well, not seeds, seedlings.
Well, yeah, little seedlings.
Seedlings. We're opening our winter sowing jugs today, which is kind of exciting because we haven't opened them yet. I'll be completely honest. I did open one. I opened one and repotted them. I had two jugs of the Snapdragons, so I went in and opened one because they were kind of starting to come out the top. So I opened those and repotted them up so that they'll be ready to go in a couple weeks. I've got our Gomphrena, I've got our Snapdragons, and I've got our Echinacea, Echinacea purpurea. All started in the winter sowing method. Now, let me tell you, I know winter sowing gets a lot of flack from other YouTubers, and that's great. They do what they do. They do what works for them. This works for us because we don't have room for a bunch of seed trays. We don't have room for grow lights. We don't have room where there's no room in the house for us to do that. There's no room anywhere on our property to really do that.
Well, Anna would eat it if we tried.
Yeah, our cat would eat it. Yeah, dogs would probably try too, but
yeah.
Anna would definitely eat it. She loves plants. So this works for us because you can put it in the jugs. You can do it in the wintertime. You can throw them out in the yard and you're good. You don't have to worry about the temperature. You don't have to worry about all of those things. And we got some really good starts to our season, and it cost us little of nothing.
Well, like $3 a pack.
$3 a pack. Well, maybe $5 a pack from the ones from Johnny's, and then the ones we got at Walmart were, I almost said the Walmart. The Walmart. The ones we got at the Walmart were $1, $2 a pack. So
we probably got like what, $20 in seeds,
if maybe. That. Yeah, and this probably would be hundreds of dollars worth of plants if you bought them at the nursery, because they're going for $7, $8 a pot now, and that's incredibly expensive. So let's get started. Let me show you what I've got here. So we've got our jugs, which I have not opened yet. You can see they're still sealed. We've got our seed. This is a seed starting tray. Now I'll show you what it looks like packaged, because you might want to buy one. I got this at Lowe's. They were cheaper at Walmart. I saw them today.
Oh, they were?
Yeah, they were $7 at Lowe's. They were $5 and something at Walmart. These are seed starting trays. I do not suggest potting things from here into a seed starting tray. I'm doing this because they're not staying in here very long. I need them out of these jugs so that they can grow just a little bit. So I'm putting them in here to give them a little bit more room and space so that I can get them planted out in the next 2, maybe 3 weeks, because we're not near our first frost or last frost. We've got another month. Yeah.
And where we're at, you get a lot of false hope.
Yeah.
With the weather.
Yeah, we had 90s a couple weeks ago, and then it frosted and it was freezing last night. And then it's, I think, in the 50s today.
Yeah, upper 50s, almost 60s. I've been
mowing. So if you're in our zone, we're in zone 7. You know what we're talking about. Very seasonal area, so we get a true spring. So we have to be careful on what we put out. Now the Snapdragons, you could 100% plant these out in the landscape if you wanted to do that. You do not have to pot them up. They're totally good to go. These have been hardened off because they've been in these jugs out in the cold. They're ready to go, and Snapdragons are very cold hardy anyway. You could probably do the same with the Echinacea, but we're going to just pot them up to see what we got. The Gomphrena, I would not do that. They need to be protected because they will not handle the frost as well. So let's open these puppies up and see what we've got. Let's do the Snapdragons first, because I think that's going to be the most dramatic. And I think Michael's going to hang in and out. He's probably going to be filming.
I'm going to be like this, and then you'll see me.
This is not your favorite thing.
No, doing the little seeds, that's, well, and two, it's kind of hard when you're working in one tray and you're all trying to do the same thing, and you
doing the little seeds.
Yeah, I mean, not the seeds, you know what I mean. Everybody knows what I mean.
All right, so here we go. Let's see what we've got. Oh yeah, these need to come out.
Let me get the main camera.
These need to come out because they are ready to go. Look how leggy those are. So they need to come out. So I'm actually gonna do these. I really want to do them in the landscape, but I'm gonna put them in some pots. I've got these. These are 3-inch seed starting Jiffy pots. I got these at Walmart. They're very inexpensive. So 12 pots were like $3 or $4, something like that. But these you can plant right out into the landscape and don't even have to take them out. So I'm just going to use these for these. So let's get started. before I start our mix, I've taken leftover seed starting mix that I've got that I had left over that I won't be using because I'm not going to do any more seeds this year. And then potting mix, just a regular potting mix. I did not douse this with a lot of water. You can see it holds its shape, and that's what we want, but it'll fall apart. These have been kind of drenched lately because it's rained so much, and I've been bad and neglected them. But winter sowing, that's kind of what you do. So I wanted it a little bit more dry. We're going to fertilize these today as well. So when I do this, I'm keeping it kind of light. I don't want it to be packed in there. I also don't want it to be super fluffy, but I just kind of tamp it in, push it down a little bit, and then let it go. Here's the tricky part, getting them out. That's the only thing I do not like about winter sowing, is getting them out of the milk jug or container or whatever. You kind of have to scoop them out. You can dump them out too, but I would break them. I would totally break them if I did that. So I don't do that, but I just gently put my finger in right there. Let me take this tag out. I just gently scoop in a little bit, give it a little wiggle, and they will pop right out. There we go. I got two in that one. And then we'll just pull those. See the roots? Oh, they look great. And we'll just pull them gently apart. That's it. Now we'll pop them up. Because these are a little bit more leggy, I'll probably bury them just a little bit. You can see the little teeny tiny hairs right through there. Those will root if you bury them just a little bit. Now I wouldn't bury them all the way up to the leaves, but you can bury them just a little bit. These are really rooted, so I'm just gonna dump some of this out and make a little bit more room for my root balls, because they do have a root ball. Didn't expect that. If they're not standing when you're done, it's okay. They'll straighten up. Not a big deal. There we go. How many did we get? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. No, 14 from one jug. And that was one packet of seeds. And I did another jug that was, I don't know how many were in that one. 14 or 15, something like that. Yeah, I got a lot out of that one too. So we've got tons and tons of plants. Now, like I said, they're going to flop over. They're going to freak out. They're going to look a little sad today. We're going to give them a little dose of fertilizer. I'll tell you more about that when we get there, but they'll look fine soon. So rest of my soil, I've got some teeny tiny ones in here. Like that. I'm not fooling with that. It's just not worth my time. So we'll use the rest of the dirt though. See, it's very wet, and I don't want them to be overly wet. So we'll mix that in. This is garbage, so we'll get rid of that. Mix that in. And then we'll move on to our tray. Now the tray, I'm going to use the Gomphrena and the Echinacea. So we'll do the Gomphrena first because I think there's fewer of those. So let's fill up the tray. Now I am going to say this too. I'm going to give you a sneak peek of what's coming.
Yesterday.
We found a new garden center yesterday. Oh my God. Insane. Oh my God. It's literally minutes from our house. From the house. And never knew it was there. Mm-hmm. And it's been there for a while. It's called Thomas Hollow Nursery. They are in Bristol, Virginia. So if you're local, you need to go check them out because my gosh. Oh my goodness. So speaking of, you don't have a place to put that. This one yesterday. This one. Yeah. This one did that yesterday. Oh my God, we have to have that. Yeah. We got, and I'll give you, I don't want to give away too much of what's coming, but we got a enormous, it's like 8 foot blue Alaskan cedar. It's 5 foot wide probably. Yeah, it's in maybe huge. 150 gallon tank 150 gallon container. It's big. Don't know what we're going to do with it yet. Don't even know how we're going to plant it because we don't have big equipment, but we'll figure it out. Anyway, on with the seeds. So there's our tray. I did not pack that tremendously. But let's open this up. These might actually be too big for these sales. Yeah, this bad boy is going in a big container because he is ready to go. Look at that. Oh my goodness. So ready for that one. Change of plan. These are going in pots. I might have just enough of these left. So we're going to pot them up. These are enormous. Look at that. These are enormous. They look great. I'm going to pot up what I've got in the Eco Pots first, and then we'll go from there. We'll see.
The smallest ones we got.
And if you don't have a stockpile of these, shame on you.
I'm one for wanting to throw everything away, but I'm kind of glad that he told me to save those.
Oh, the roots on these are fantastic. Look at that. Beautiful. They look great. These are such tough plants. I don't grow enough of these, to be honest. I've never been hugely fond of Echinacea until last year. I had some white ones that I just adored, and decided, well, you know what, I'm going to give them a try in the garden next year. So that's what we're doing. Found a cheap packet of seeds and just decided to go for it. They're entwined, so I'm just gently going to pull. There we go. Oh my gosh.
More plants than we thought.
Way more than I thought it was going to be. So super successful. Our Snapdragons are ticked off right
they're
now.
mad.
They're so mad. So I've already fertilized and watered those. I'm doing a quarter strength of the fertilizer. This is Grow from Espoma. Not going to fertilize real heavy because they're just tiny, 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 tiny seedlings. And I used Miracle Grow potting soil, so that has fertilizer in it too.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to be very careful with how much you do. I will not fertilize the Echinacea. I will just do the Snapdragons because they're stronger and bigger seedlings. These will just get watered today. I might do some of the Gomphrena with the fertilizer, but only if they're large enough to do so. So we got two full flats of these. Huge pots. I know these are way too big for these, but they'll grow into it. They'll be fine. Two full flats plus all the Snapdragons plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 more pots there. I put 3 in the landscape.
Yeah.
I tossed a few because they were teeny, 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 tiny. And then we have some in the seed starting tray. So we did another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 13
yeah.
in the seed starting tray.
A lot.
Cheap.
Yeah.
Cheap. Oh my gosh, so cheap, so inexpensive. Such a good way to go with these types of plants. And the Echinacea as well are perennial. So they'll come back every year and just be beautiful. So we hope you've enjoyed this video.
Mm-hmm.
I know seedling
transferring,
transplanting, uppotting, transplanting, whatever you call it, is not the most enjoyable thing. So thank you for sticking around for this video. We hope you've enjoyed it. If you're doing your own seed starting, let us know what you started.
Yeah.
If you do the winter sowing, let us know how successful you were with it. If you hate it, let us know you hate it. We want to hear it. We're happy to hear any and all comments. We want to have some conversations with everybody. So what are they going to do?
Like, comment, and subscribe.
Like, comment, and subscribe. We appreciate all of you as always. We'll see you next time. Bye.